What is going on, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today is the return of Endless Space 2. I thought it was a debut, but apparently I've done this before. We're listening to Time of Change, Valters theme, followed by Together to the Stars, United Empire theme. Both from the channel G4F Records, which I recognize. They have this kind of aesthetic to their videos, and they are the host of the Fury videos, so that's really exciting. I don't remember what Endless Space sounds like whatsoever. I don't even remember when I heard it, but it must have been a while. It is requested by Valters and Wasabi Apple. Let's get into it. Don't know the composers, maybe it'll say in a second, but this is Time of Change, Valters theme. I'm gonna get the visualization. Yep. Fly by no. There you go. Is the composer. Well, definite sci-fi vibes. Felt like Metroid for a second. I'm not really chatty today. I'm just gonna listen. Sick. Ooh. Very nice. Different. It was cool. The combination of electronic sci-fi sounds and the classical influence is a nice combination, and kind of a rare one too. I wonder if this is like a strategy style game where it's like tactics or building or something. I'll look it up in a second. But this music is telling me it's like just Loop City. Damn. Also, I'm pretty sure I've heard Fly By No on the channel too. I don't remember where, but I definitely have. I remember that name. Oh my. That is gorgeous. Let me see what other song I've heard from this game. And how long ago it was. A year ago, I heard Flawless Theory Across the Drift, and apparently it was a live piano. Oh, and I also heard Unstable Molecule and Forgotten Moon. It was cool. Oh, it's already over? Oh, dude. Honestly, I know this is kind of like... Okay, this is unheard of, but I promise I'll talk about it, but I just kind of want the vibes to keep going. I'm just going to listen to the next one. I'll talk about both, though. I promise. I just kind of want the music to keep going in my ears. We'll revisit that in just a second. This is Together to the Stars, United Empire theme. I wasn't ready for that to end, basically. Different vibe, a little bit of a more of a mechanical workplace, factory, that kind of thing. You know what this sounds like, actually? Because I just talked about it in a recent video. It sounds like Warframe. With the effects and the choir. A little bit. This definitely sounds way more... I mean, it's more than likely connected to his character, but it sounds like it's really connected to his character. There's regalness to it. There's... Like, this person doesn't look like you want to be on their bad side. They're probably just mean all the time. Like a bad boss. Crazy outfit, though. Damn. That coat? Together to the Stars, United Empire. This one feels more atmospheric, world building. The other one sounded more musical. This one's more like in the moment, story-wise. Ooh. Although, now it's changing quite a bit. It feels like it's building up right now to something. Ooh. It's rare that you go from choir to nothing. A little Halo feeling too. Some of the Halo I've heard has been close to this. Very movie-like, cinematic, theatrical. Pulse. Yeah, it feels like I'm watching like the big plot twist of the movie right now. I feel like he commands the room. Like he walks in there and you're like, army of loyalists, but maybe not the best cause. Yeah, see, we got like this menacing sort of atmosphere. Think of like Metal Gear Rising's Armstrong a little bit. Not as cartoony and silly and over the top, but like that level of like I'll even go further. With the mechanical sounds, it sounds like he's controlling this like workplace almost. And the song sounds like it's that work area. It reminds me of a boss I had once. Working at a factory, they would just come in. You never see them, ever. They would just kind of look around and like, and then just walk away. Oh, and he's got a pistol. I just noticed that on his belt. Yeah, I'm not getting good vibes from this character. Also, flyby no. I just noticed that. Oh, it's building too. Crescendo. It looks like it's recommending me like a live thing. This channel is pretty cool, it seems. This G4F Records. I'll talk about this one really quick since it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, pretty much everything I said. Just, it feels like this sort of almost dictator type boss. Probably commands just a huge crowd or some bunch of lost people or brainwashed people. I'm not sure what these like symbols mean, but there's definitely like some royalty. Like I see a sash. We got this kind of, I don't know what this is called, but it's like a medallion with these like trinkets coming off of it. The coat is like immaculate. Looks a little robotic too. I don't know if this is in the future. I don't know. I'm really interested by this. This looks like a lot of inspirations of media kind of put together. So whoever developed this definitely has an active mind as far as like creativity. I'd say overall that felt kind of like what I just mentioned in a very recent video. If you look back before this video, a couple videos ago where I did Warframe, there were some songs that reminded me of like this kind of work-like chant where people are together working, you know, and some people were like, oh, it's called chain gang music, it's called like worker hymns, stuff, whatever, you know. But it kind of gave me that feeling here a little bit too. Except the name of the song is kind of throwing me off, Together to the Stars, unless that's like his motive, you know, maybe whoever he's recruited, whatever they're building sounds like they're going to the stars. That's kind of like what I got from that. It's a bit of a stretch, but that's just where my brain went. But you can kind of, it sounds like, you know, hammers being hit and like stuff being built. Very atmospheric, and it felt like we're passing by like on a movie set or something. And that's kind of all I really got from that. It's just like this atmospheric, foreboding nature of it. And I feel like there's a lot of songs connected to this character, not just this one. But it was cool how one composer can have those two different sounds, because the first one, which I'll talk about in a second, totally different. And I would have guessed it was someone else. And I don't know if there's a connection with G4F Records and the songs or the games that they choose to have their, I don't know if they just have like it's like clientele, because for example, Fury, all the Fury videos I did were from G4F, and those had different composers in that one. So maybe this is another game that has multiple composers, which is pretty cool too, you know. And you can tell they're taking their time with it. Like, they make these cool videos. They're official videos. They got the visualizer. It's really cool. By the way, this one alone is 2.5 million views. I didn't check the first one. 600,000. Yeah, overall, I would say that this is either one of the main antagonists. I'm going to laugh if he's like a protagonist. But to me, like, based off the music, I'm going to say it's very, at least one of the main antagonists, or one of many. Like, think of like Octopath, where every character had like their own antagonist, right? Maybe this game is like way bigger than I think, and he's just like one pea in the pod. But I definitely had this feeling of like he's controlling this area that we're listening to, and his mission is to go to space. This one, you know what? Give me 30 seconds to reassess this one. Get it back in my brain. Oh yeah. Totally different. I'm gonna listen to like one more bar. So it's almost time of change. Valters team. By the way, don't ever think that like the requesters put these together or something. They didn't know that they were being put together. I put these together. Just as a side note for like any video you ever see, a lot of times it's me that puts them together. I don't know the context. It's just the next one that's waiting, and then I'll pick the other one that's been waiting the longest, and I'll just put them together. That's how I do it. So in my brain, these two are nowhere near connected. So just a side note. Valters theme, I'm going to guess, is this like this race that we're seeing, or this unit that we're seeing, these kind of like robotic hatchet wielders. Actually, no, they got a bunch of stuff. They got they got guns, they got shields, close range. Actually, the ones with guns don't have shields, and the ones with the hatchets do. There's something really interesting about this aesthetic, though. Like, very futuristic, but also, I don't know. I'm very curious about this. Clearly, space is a thing here. Stars, space, sci-fi. We're up there, you know. But I wonder why. Why are we up there? I haven't explored very many games that deal with space, and I'm very interested in space. Nier Automata is like one of the only ones I can think of at this exact moment. I've played some games where stuff falls from space, but you know, I haven't really explored a lot of video games in general where the setting is outside of Earth, and that seems really intriguing to me. This one was really cool though because it's memorable, so I can remember this one. It's got a bit of a lo-fi sound, but also the combination of these like nice snappy snares with this groove, but also the classical influence in there too, so you can hear like the cello and the violin just kind of doing their thing. That's pretty cool. You don't hear that too often. So I liked though that by chance both of these were by the same composer. I don't know if they did the whole soundtrack, but I was going to look up what the game is. I never did. Oops. Quick. Endless Space 2. Is it a shooter? Is it an RPG? What is it? Turn-based strategy 4X game developed by Amplitude Studios. Ooh, didn't I guess that too? That it was like a tactics game? Does that count as a tactics game? Published by Sega. Okay. Turn-based strategy 4X. Damn, dude. I'm sorry, I've asked before what 4X means, but I'm just gonna look it up. Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. Okay, yeah, so this is what I had in mind. Yeah, it was like, okay, I can hear that then. I can definitely hear the first one at least. Like I said, it felt like it just goes on forever, and you're just kind of thinking. I never played that genre of game, so I just call them like thinking games. But I guess strategy and 4X is what sounds better. But and then I think Together to the Stars. Oof. See, I don't know how these games work. I don't know if there's like bosses per se, or just harder areas to make, or the presence of something like this or a person like this is more like looming as opposed to like one-on-one against them, or maybe you're playing against them in a certain way, like, you know what I mean? I've never played them, so I don't know how the conflict happens besides story. I'm guessing the story has to be told in such a way that it doesn't interfere with this outside perspective, you know what I mean? I don't know how else to put it. Anyway, really cool. Very a lot of variation there, which I really enjoy, especially by one person. Cool. So that is Time of Change, Valters team. My guess, they're the Valters. And that is the Oh, you know what? Okay, United Empire is probably the map, and Valters is probably the map. That makes sense. Okay, that's my final guess. We heard 2 map themes. He's still an a-hole though, probably. Cool. Thanks to the requesters. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Tell me more about this game, and I will see you later in the next video. My name is Jesse. Peace.